Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty MiG spammer, and I welcome you back to Endless Space. Before I move on, we are going to talk to our friend Honeyface as usual, but he also has a little announcement for you. Or rather, I have a little announcement for you that I want to share with you. If this video goes live, this means that I just moments ago published the... how is it called? Some new posts with information about the Radiance. You know, I'm talking about the topic in which I discussed the development related things in regards to my mod that I am currently designing. And Radiance are one of my custom factions, and yeah, the lore is up, so if you want, you can have a look. In fact, I encourage you to do so, the link will be in the description. Now then, I can continue with the game itself. As you can see, AI as usual made its moves before me, but that's, I guess, okay. So first of all, there is a battle on Rendezvous. There are 4 pirate ships and only 3 magnetics. This is somewhat of a problem because obviously I'm not going to be able to destroy the enemy ships, because I'll only fire on 3 of those instead of 4, and I'll undoubtedly die in the first 10. I will take out 3 ships with me, but not all of them. And 1 ship might be enough to actually start capturing Rendezvous because it has such a small population, which is not good. It's not good at all. Anyway, I will go for barrier in the first 10. The reason behind this is fairly simple. No matter what happens, I will destroy 3 ships. I don't see myself not destroying 3 of them unless I'm very unlucky and I miss them with like majority of my missiles. However, what I can do with barrier is hopefully save at least 1 of my ships. I could have also tried something else, but well, barrier seems to be the best tool for the job in my opinion. Also, the game is rather loud, so I'm going to lower the sound just a tiny bit. There we go. 2 magnetics die. If the last one survives, then I might be able to take out the last enemy ship. No, it died. So as predicted, all my ships die and 1 pirate ship stands alive. Which is suboptimal, but I guess we'll have to do. It will have to do. I mean, I could create another magnetic to save the system and easily dispatch this pirate. Problem is... oh, come on. I kinda have to, don't I? But the problem is, as I was trying to say before I was interrupted by this message, that would be against my role-playing stuff. I mean, you know that I like role-playing to make things more difficult for me, and... I used magnetic ships to kind of save myself from dying, but now I don't want to use them anymore. Problem is, if I want to save Rendezvous, I kinda have to. Actually, I don't. I can retrofit it so that it doesn't use any real... so that it uses the same amount of missiles as it uses kinetics and beams, and it will still be able to hopefully destroy and dispatch this pirate. So, I guess it will be alright. I hope it will be alright. Anyway, a bigger challenge awaits, as you can see. What the flaming ball of flames! I expected a single fleet, not a bajillion fleets, alright? Sure, they want me dead. Well, I guess we know what I'm going to go for. Obviously, emergency shelter. I need all those magnetics to stay alive after this battle. Fortunately, enemy is dumb. They attacked me with only 2 ships, and there's no way 2 ships will be able to dispatch all of my magnetics, because they kinda have to spread their fire around, and kinetics can miss easily, and beams, they are going to dispatch loads of my magnetics, but I think that 2 ships, even when loaded with kinetics and beams, will hopefully not destroy all of my magnetics. Something like 10 will be enough, because keep in mind, if I lose all of them, I will not technically speaking lose my ships, because, you know, emergency shelter will keep them alive. However, I forgot to start my timer. However, if I lose all of them, then my hero might die. And this would be a problem, because I wouldn't be able to resurrect him in time for him to put this guy back into this fleet and, you know, to keep it alive in the next upcoming battle. So it would be a shame, it would be very bad indeed. So let's go into manual and see what awaits us as I drink my juice. Yes, it is the return of my old favorite juice, and I'm drinking it from my brandy grass. What is a brandy grass? Anyway, brandy glass to celebrate. Give me a second. I missed it so much. Anyway, if I do somehow manage to survive the first turn, which I really hope is the case, then there's no way the enemy will be able to. I mean, they have loads of flag defense, which is a problem, yes, but I should still be able to, you know, survive. Wait. No! 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 The counter emergency shadow with adapted. Oh boy, I'm so screwed. Right, emergency shadow did not go off. This means that my ships are going to die one by one, and there is no denying of that. There is no way for me to save them. I mean, fortunately, only 2 of them were destroyed, and ultimately things are not looking all that bad. However, still, regardless on how you look at this, this is bad. If the AI starts using adaptive strategy, which they very well might do, since they already did this in this battle, then I will no longer be able to use those emergency shelters, and they are really what I was banking on to save my fleet. I mean, it does look like the enemy has really horrible aim. So I might be able to pull this off if they continue missing like they were before, but at some point in time, the amount of magnetics I have will diminish to a mere nothingness. This would be horrible. By the way, I kinda like how the fact that how, you know, AI is able to merge their ships when I attack them, but I cannot do the same. It's kinda cute. Not. Anyway, I will continue trying to engage with the emergency shredder, because it's really so important that I get this working. Barrier itself, I don't think it would keep my ships alive, not with the amount of firepower the enemy has. It only would give me... how much? Does barrier 25% max HP, that's not a lot. 50% plus 50 flat armor points per ship. That's much more when we're talking about smaller ships, and this would be much more plausible than Dust Barrier. But I still think that 50 HP or hope points, or whatever it's called, is just not good enough. But fortunately I was able to engage with Emergency Shatter. This is so good. Thank you AI for being dumb and using camouflage. Right now I'd lose, wow, 3 ships would be gone already, 4 ships. 5 ships! Oh, actually please don't destroy all of my ships, this would be horrible. Don't you dare do it, no! Bad AI, leave my ship alive! Leave my ship alive, only a single one left, please stay alive, no! If my hero dies, I will be angry. And I know my luck, he will die. My heroes always die after a lost battle. Of course he died! When Gameslayer loses his hero, he never has him injured. I mean, when Gameslayer's hero loses a battle, he is like almost never injured. But for me, now he does a battle, oh poor you have to pay 5 billion dust to recover your hero. Right, yeah. I love my luck, it's really entertaining how it can screw me over so many times. Anyway, something that I learned from a different YouTuber is that I can do this thing, and la-di-da! My fleet has... I can move my ships across fleets with much more ease. And I'm going to put the remaining 2 ships in hangar just so that they are not engaged. Now, there's no way in a million years I'm going to attack this fleet. No, I want my hero back, and I need him. I need the emergency shelter, as simple as that. Problem is, I don't think I'll be getting my hero back anytime soon, so I just only can pray that the enemy does not attack me. You know what? Actually, I will allow this guy to move somewhere else. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, because if they move to Observer, they will take it. There is no doubt about that. I need to stay at Matrix to make sure nobody can start capturing that, because it's the most important system I have. But if they do go to Observer, or to Dust Silos, in fact, then things could go rough. But by disengaging my blockade, I could also hope that they return to Zakor, which would be good, because right now I'm being blockaded. Actually, am I? No, I'm not. They're not blockading me. I don't know why, but you know what, I'm not going to complain, because as long as the enemy does not blockade my system, I can still produce both science and dust, which is very important. I'm sorry for the cough. Now then, this battle was a draw. I wouldn't call it a draw, I mean, I destroyed the enemy while keeping all my ships alive, but I guess I did lose my hero, so it's kind of a draw. Now, Guardpost about to be destroyed, or rather recaptured by pirates, which is extraordinarily annoying. But what I can do now is, well, move all my ships. So, Ulysses, You just stay here, make sure no pirates spawn on Lahat. You continue moving in the next 10. Hold on. No, come on, again! This happened again. Game! As you can clearly see, it disappeared my 2 fleets that were escorting the civilian fleet. Why is it so bad? Well, obviously because I meant to move this fleet that you cannot find anywhere fast to scout out if there are pirates on Zain, because right now if I press move fleets in the next 10, then all 3 fleets which are here will move into Zain. And if there are pirates here, which there probably are, then they will obviously engage and try and destroy my repopulation, my colonization ships fast, and they will just destroy them. 8 points of population will be gone, and there is no way for me to do anything about that because there is a glitch in the game. I still love Endless Space, but this one glitch is driving me absolutely nuts. And I'm also incredibly dumb because I have not reported this yet, so it's quite possible that I am the only person who is experiencing this particular glitch, and because I'm not reporting this, it's not being fixed. It is possible, so I guess I'll need to look into that. Anyway, that's Salos. They will finish Famous 7 in the next 10, so I guess I might let it be finished because I bet that, well, judging by this icon, I already spent a lot of industry in making this ship, so cancelling the production would waste a lot of industry. I would rather not have this happen, so, you know, you just wait here, and I will send them to medics as soon as their brother joins the ranks. This will be rather awesome. Alright. Now, you know what I need to do? I need to pause the recording and see for how long I have been recording already, because you know, I forgot to set up my timer, and I do need to know how long this video really is. So, I guess this will happen. Also, I'll reload this particular game to see if this bug goes away, because I really do need to have control over 3 of those fleets. Otherwise, I'm sorry, things will go rather nastily horrible. But I can wait. I can actually skip this 10 and then, in fact, reload the save, which would be, I guess, better. But first of all, let's see if there's something I forgot to do. Now, is there? Well, this commentary is kind of horrible, I know, I'm sorry. But let's, first of all, let's have a quick look. Well, this tiny lava does need to have its alien graphing, there is no doubt about that. Hair goats, in fact, they have a new description because I removed the negative effect of this anomaly. So let's read this out. Experiments with certain behavior controlling luxury resources has produced an interesting side effect. When applied planet-wide, the compound nicknamed Tickeratrites has the effect of reducing aggressivity in both plant and animal species. As part of an anomaly reduction process, Haggards, while still can be rendered merely annoying instead of murderous. That's nice, I guess. So now this planet looks way less awesome, if I have to be honest, because it no longer has this puffy, orange, milky, dusty particle effect above it, but I guess it still looks kinda cool, so I will go with that. Now, I do need alien graphing, but aside from that, well, since Wood satellites, I guess I could boost my influence area. I'm not too sure why I would do that though. But as guild balls could be very useful though, because it is my home system, it's the best location for trade rats, so I will go for it as well. And I think I will be able to make it in a single turn, won't I? Let's have a quick... Yes, I will easily be able to get it, that's nice. Now, actually I should not have quit the screen, because I need to check if all my plans are doing the alien graphing thingy, or at least all of them that need to be doing so. Well, this planet isn't. And it's actually kind of important because Guardpost is supposed to be captured by pirates, and I'm not too sure if pirate-controlled systems can grow, but in the event they can, I do want the system to have as much food as humanly possible, so I'll go for both alien graphic and moon survey. Now, observer, atemporal finance, that's good, it will serve you right. I could go for something for a little bit more science. It's, as I said in my last videocast, a very, very small improvement, but it is some form of improvement, so I guess, well, extra science will never hurt. It will never hurt, especially if I need to play a catch-up to my AI opponents. Right, and Rendezvous, which is under assault. Now, I do need to do something about that, so what I'm going to do is retrofit magnetics a little bit. So, my dear magnetic friend, you're going to go away from fusion torpedoes And now I'm going to evenly distribute the rest of the weapon modules, because hey, why not? So first of all, actually, does Rendezvous have access to Hyperium? It actually does. This is great. It means I can in fact use this advanced containers modules where in other situation when I would not have access to hexaferrum, I would not be able to use the advanced containers, which are very useful on destroyers, like really very useful. Right, let's go for, I guess, 3 of each weapon will not even be enough. Well, I have way more tonnage than that. Can I go for 5 of each weapon? Yes, I can, and this will in fact fill my tonnage just perfectly. So, I like what I see here. This ship is designed to destroy pirates and die to pirates. Now, when you fight pirates, it is actually sometimes even better to make just those tank-like ships which deal small amount of damage but can take a huge amount of punishment, because keep in mind, pirates are never defended against anything and are very easy to take out if you are properly defended. But glass cannons can work equally well, so that's why I'm going to make a magnetic over here, and I'll speed up the construction of it because I need it right now. Now, I believe that this single toy will be enough to dispatch this pirate. If not, then I will still have time to make another. Now, what I also need to do on the system is actually get the epigenetic crop seeding, because I wanted to actually... Now, let's see how fast it can... what's the word for that? It can repopulate itself on its own with the current improvements. I don't want to spend too much dust on this system, especially since I'm losing a lot of it right now. And I kinda... Did I even gain anything from this previous battle with Sheridan? I mean, my hero had higher stuff, but it doesn't feel like I gained a lot of stuff. I don't know, this doesn't look all that great. And I cannot increase my tax rate because I'll look at what would happen. This would be very, very bad, and it would barely even fix my problems with dust. So yeah, I'm going to end the 10 and pause the recordings, because I explained why. And the Guardpost, it was nice having you, but I guess I'll need to retake that yet again. I guess Guardpost's name was really fitting, wasn't it? Oh, in fact, there is a hero level up. I also have an empty moon, a scientific thingy, but I will get back to that. So yeah, just stay tuned. I'll be right back. Oh, that's nice. We know what will happen when I return to recording. Anyway, I do need to restart. Be right back. Okay, apparently I have been recording for around 17 minutes, so I guess I can give myself extra half an hour of recording, a little bit less, and I'll still be fine. Now, something I just noticed, I think Hisho are out of the game. Their home system has been captured by pirates, and yeah, I believe that the pirates have the biggest empire in the entire galaxy right now, which is kinda hilarious. Also, Sowers have barely a little... Their score is just a little bit higher than the Pilgrim's score, which is hilarious, if I may say so myself. Now, something I also forgot to mention is the fact that FIDS, in terms of FIDS, I'm 4th, right? And I'm not too far from Sheridan either. Actually, I am quite a bit, but it's not that bad. But Amoeba and Horatio, their FIDS is, wait for it, 13 times bigger than mine. 13. Actually, now it isn't, because it was when I finished my previous recording. Now I can see that my FIDS is bigger, and I guess it's no longer 13 times smaller than the enemy's FIDS, but even then, I'm at a particularly big disadvantage. There's no denying that. And military is the only thing that is keeping me in this game, because I may be on 3rd place, but I'm actually not that far behind when compared to Horatio or Amoeba, who only have like double the amount of military that I have, or triple, but it's still not something that I cannot cope with, especially considering that I'm not even focusing on making military ships at this particular point in time, so I don't think things are going too badly. Anyway, Random Seed seems to be working fine, because as you can see, this time it was Sheridan who attacked me first, thus protecting me from Amoeba attacking me. Sadly, I think Amoeba are going to attack me either way, and the unnerving thing is, Amoeba are at peace with Sheridan, and they like each other as well. At least Sheridan like Amoeba. That's not good, if I may say so myself. That's not good at all. If those two start collaborating with each other to kill me, I'm dead. There's no denying. Even if I abandon role-playing, then I would die if such alliance were to be created. So hopefully that's not the case. Anyway, we're not going to start with Sheridan. We're going to start with this pirate to see if I can dispatch him with a single ship. As you can see, I have way more military power, and I doubt this guy will be much of a challenge for my superior magnetic 8.0. So as we load in, never mind, this was an extremely quick loading time, which, you know, is fine by me. I like when the loading times are almost non-existent. And my ship, it does look really nice. I have been talking about this many times before, but Destroyer, I think it is my second favorite ship design in Sophon ship's appearance. And even though Sophons still have my least favorite ship designs, I think, after Kravis in fact, my least favorite after Kravis, I'm starting to kind of warm up to their looks. I mean, I like them more and more as I'm playing as now, which I guess is a good thing. I mean, I don't see this being a bad thing, so I guess it's a good thing. And I do like more weapon variety, it's kinda awesome. I mean, I have beams, kinetics, missiles, what more do you want? An anti-micro gun? Well, I guess you want that, but you were not gonna get it. By the way, speaking of this, actually that's not really related, but it's related to Endless Space. The recent topic about things we're going to see in expansion to Endless Space, the upcoming expansion that is, we don't know the release date just yet, but we will know soon. And anyway, what I've been trying to get at is that there's this new article about the formations in upcoming expansion, and it looks like finally, maybe the glass cannon strategy will no longer be as overpoweringly effective. This would make me just smile if that was really the case, because right now spamming glass cannons is way too effective for its own good, especially since you only need to spam like those, what should I call it, missile glass cannons, and you're unstoppable. The only way to counter missile glass cannons is by making cheaper missile glass cannons, but there's certain limit to that, you know, you cannot go below glass cannon that can... You have to make a glass cannon that is able to destroy other glass cannons, but just barely. And then if somebody has a faction trait that increases your tonnage or something, then he's always going to win, no matter what. Unless you have better industry or something. But, you know, it's really kinda muddy territory that I don't like. So, thankfully this will be fixed. Anyway, I can colonize... Well, I could even colonize Baron, but this would be a penalty applied. There would be a penalty applied. Small areas with mineral pool, no thanks, that's not exactly what is all that interesting to me, but that's water and medium tundra would be very nice, because I would get a lot of food, not a lot of production, but I guess this would be good enough. So, by clicking it, I colonize it with all my ships, because this would be kinda lol. It's stupid, but I don't think, yeah, I colonized it with 2 ships and 2 population has been immediately added to Zain. Let's add additional 2 points of population because, hey, I want more. Thank you. Now Zain has 4 points of population just moments after colonizing. This is amazing, and now I can continue moving in the general direction of Alioth. But I will not make the same mistake again. In case the game bugs out, what I'll do is send those 2 magnetics first, right? And those 2 fleets will just stay here for a while. Now those 2 magnetics will be just barely ahead of the other fleet, but they will be able to scout out, and if there are pirates at Essa, then they will draw their fire and make sure that the pirates cannot in fact attack my colonization ships, which would be wonderful. Now then, Zain, my dear wonderful friend, look at how much population you have already. Isn't that nice? I know it is. I know it is. But it has no industry stockpiled almost at all. So I'll speed the construction of even the heavy isotope refineries or Planetary Institute. Well, give me a second. Heavy isotope refineries would be better, so let's speed construction of that, and the rest the system will just be able to produce by itself because of how much population I already have over here, which is, as I said, tremendously amazing. Anyway, I think I cannot postpone this any longer, and I have to engage the Sheridan, but before we do that, I also want to make sure that I have reinforcements well on their way. So you just said, just go ahead to Matrix and do what you can to prevent the slaughter. Now, I could assign a hero from this orbiting fleet to this fleet. However, this other guy I have does not have emergency shelters, and in fact I do not want him to have emergency shelters. As explained, I want this hero to actually focus on stats rather than special techniques or whatnot. He does have Dustberry because it's amazing, and he does have those warheads, which is actually more than I should have gave him, I believe. But you know what, it's going to be good enough, I guess. It will have to do, and now I'll just focus on buffing his stats, which would be great. Also, hold on a second, did I seriously give him... No, hold on, those are available things. He only has stat increments. That's good. Good. So anyway, I'm not going to reassign him here because he will die and I cannot afford to lose another hero. Even though I would have to pay less to recover him from his demise, I will still have to pay quite a lot, which is not good. So, I could in fact instead assign him to this thermal fleet. And I might do just that. Because I don't believe we need a hero. Oh wait, I cannot reassign him yet. But in the 2 turns I will be able to do so. This will be too late, but if those fleet is still alive, then I will in fact reassign this guy, because you know, I need this fleet to survive as long as possible, protect Matrix from any invaders, and even if I die and enemy start recapturing Matrix, which would be very unfortunate, then well, there's a chance that the pirates will soften them out a little bit, because those pirates are much weaker in fact. Nah, this will not work. Anyway, let's finally engage. This cast is actually horrible, I just realized. It's way worse than my other videos. I mean, my videos are usually fairly bad indeed, but this one is even worse than usual. I don't know why is that. Maybe it's just because I recently took a cold shower and I cannot speak now. It is a possibility, I'm not going to deny that, but it's still a very unnerving possibility nevertheless. Now, the enemy has kinetics only, which is good. There's a high probability that he will not be able to destroy a lot of my ships, because he will miss horribly. And even if he does not miss, he will deal a very small amount of damage, because kinetics are not the best weapons in long range phase. So if he does hit, I hope that he'll hit my ships with actual hull points rather than the ones that are near death. And then maybe I'll be able to survive. This would be by all means wonderful, so please. He's obviously going to die, man, so many missiles, everybody will die. This looks awesome. And did I lose anything? No, I didn't. Wait, apparently I did. I did not even see the kinetic hitting the ship, but whatever. Apparently I lost one ship. And the others barely repaired any damage because, yeah, non-repair resistance only repairs a fraction of the damage calculated by a percentage, which is not the best. And of course, Amoebas helping your allies capture my Matrix, huh? Ah, Bacter again. I'm gonna Bacter you, as I said. You know, I will be able to dispatch this fleet, but I'll take significant losses. I might lose my entire fleet with in this fight, which would not be the best, because the enemy would start capturing my system, and then I would need to dispatch the enemy fleet entirely to actually prevent them from capturing my system. Otherwise, they would be just able to continuously reinforce their ships and eventually capture my system, which would be bad. Granted, I do have a lot of defense construction improvements on my system, which would give me a little extra time, but still, it could not be enough. Fortunately, I was able to counter the enemy weapon disruption. This is very good, it gives me a lot of bonus HP, which could be what I need to stay alive in this battle, which is, you know, I cannot stress enough how important this is. If I lose one ship, it's borderline okay. If I lose more than that, it's pretty bad. 2 is something that I can accept. 3 is pretty bad, but it's not anything worse, and I was able to counter again, which is yet again good, because I'll repair even more damage, which is close to nothing. But it's something. Close to nothing is something, so it's better than nothing. That's what I'm trying to get at. So anyway, Amoeba's dead, and I don't think Shredden will have the balls to attack me. Never mind, they do. And it looks like AI is certain of its victory. Look at the difference between our fleets. Well, this system is taking into calculation that I have way less HP than the enemy has, so it says that I should lose, but it doesn't take into consideration the fact that the enemy is, well, they are using beams, so things could go poorly, but I really doubt I will lose all of my ships. It just wouldn't happen, and this graph suggests that, so it suggests the wrong thing. It gives you the wrong idea. Anyway, as usual, start with barrier, repair any damage I can afterwards, which will equal to around 20 hull points or whatever, which is not the best, but it's not the worst either, so I will take what I can get. Now, this ship does look magnificent, by the way. I'm not sure if you know this, but it does look fairly awesome. Anyway, barrier engaged, the enemy ship is firing, I'm gonna go into free camera, that's not the camera I wanted, so now I have to change it a little bit around. Hi there, friend. Let's keep it moving to make things more interesting. And explosions. Didn't look nearly as cool as I hoped, but it's, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. And there are my ships, majestically floating away. And I also can see a good camera just to not see how the enemy managed to destroy 4 of my magnetics. That's so bad. I really needed those ships. I really did. But now, yeah, well, I guess it's... I will not have them anymore. I mean, granted, now I was able to reinforce them with extra 2 magnetics, so this fleet is not completely undefended, but it's still at a pretty poor shape. Anyway, 3 battles won. Fortunately, I wasn't able to gain anything from that because I don't have any faction trait that would give me resources from destroying the enemy ships. Fortunately, I'm slowly but surely regaining control of my matrix. My approval is going up, 40% owner. It's not that great, but it's better than nothing. I still have no idea what does it mean, ability to spy all fleets orbiting the system. I'll take it just because I'm curious. Maybe this will give me like the death style or something, but I don't think it is that. I think it's more like... I have no idea what this does. I never had, and I still do not have any idea what this does. Anyway, I think I can end the 10 because there isn't much else I can do in this 10. So yeah, let's do just that. I do have a lot of dust stockpiled, and I'm losing a very small portion of it as well. So I could in fact lower my tax rate. Is it a good idea? I mean, it would make more of my systems happy, which is important to play a catch-up with the AI. Yeah, let's leave it at 30. I'm still losing a lot of dust, but because I have such a big amount of dust stockpiled, it's not really a big deal. I know I need to revive my hero, but I'll worry about that when he's at 0% injured and he's much easier to revive. Much cheaper, to be more precise. Now, let me drink because I need to. So love of this juice. Anyway. Should they ask me for dust? I mean, no, wait a second. Yeah, they say that they will give me dust water, and in return they want some dust. Dust water is better than 290% dust, I would say. So I'll agree to that. I mean, extra hero experience on Empire, that's pretty good. I don't need this amount of dust anyway. It's not really a game changer amount. So yeah, let's accept. This will make Hisham like me more. They're going to die regardless, but hey, why not make them live a happy life before they're wiped out by pirates, huh? I think it's a sound idea. Anyway, Sheridan, this time those are just scout ships. That's good. I was afraid that this was something bigger. Now I can control the system with a bunch of thermal ships, which is much better indeed. Let us assign... Oh, I cannot assign this hero yet, but I don't think we are in a hurry now, which is good. Let's send this fleet in the direction of S, and let's send the 2 others right behind it. That's very positive. Now, Besieger, do we want to watch this battle? Actually, we do. We will see loads of explosions, and suddenly I will lose this battle. Yet again, same scenario as last time when we fought against pirates. I will lose all my ships, and the pirates will lose 5 of their ships. And I don't see anything else happening, because, yeah, that's how it goes when you have 2 battles between 2 glass cannon fleets. Especially if one of them is using missiles. It usually goes exactly the same way. Anyway, I will try to use Barrier to counteract the enemy and maybe survive this battle, but even if I do, which I don't think I will, then I'll only have like 1 magnetic left, and this will not be enough to protect the system. Fortunately, I now have thermals, which are capable of doing this exact job. So even though the pirates were able to counter me and absolutely annihilate my ships, and I have no doubt that those extra 2 magnetics will fall, I will still be able to destroy at least 5 of the enemy ships. Maybe more. No, not more. They did destroy my ships, but it's okay. With such a diminished fleet, those pirates are no longer a real threat. Which is exactly what I was worried about. Wow, what is wrong with my commentary? It's not interesting at all. Where's the juice from my commentary? I'm drinking loads of juice, but maybe I should have juiced up before recording. Or maybe it's because I'm very hungry. Or maybe it's because I had a cold bath. I don't know why, but I absolutely love cold bath. However, after I exit the bath, I always feel really kind of like very relaxed. It's a pleasant feeling, but I cannot, at the same time, I cannot go into my full excitement mode, which I guess could be positive for a video, but not in a situation like this when I also fail with my English a lot. Not at all. Anyway, I'm going to engage the pirates. Actually, not yet. I'll wait for my hero to be reassignable so that he will gain some experience from this battle, and then I'll engage, if I will even need to do so. I don't think this will be the case though. Now, Rendezvous, can you... wait a second, did I even want to get him some extra food production thingies? Well, I guess it will not hurt. I do want this system to actually have some population, so can you get a patrogenic crop seeding? Yes, you can in a single turn, that's good. Observer, there's little I can do with you now, which was bound to happen sooner rather than later, so I guess now there's nothing else for me to do with you, but just make sure that you convert this industry, industry into dust. Yes, I know that I could use some extra science because I'm definitely falling behind my enemy. But keep in mind that in this playthrough we have turned off Wonder Victory and we have turned off the Science Victory as well. This means that the enemy cannot win via this mean and you don't have to worry about it as much as usual. Now, science is still extraordinarily, unbelievably important, because if the enemy has a scientific lead on me, then they'll basically wipe me out because everything they have will be better than what I have. But it's... right now I'm losing dust rapidly and I kinda want to keep it at a reasonable level. Besides, Observer is already giving me a fair amount of science regardless, and because it doesn't produce a lot of industry, I guess its increasement in science value wouldn't be all that great anyway. Now then, Gruba, is there anything I can do with you? Well, I could go for intense cultivation, logistics, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I do have enough industry stockpiled to make this happen. This will boost food production on this tundra, which is very important as I do need to have more food on Gruba to recover from constructing a billion colonization ships and sending them to random parts of space. You cannot do anything. That's Silos, my future main system. Can you do something interesting for me? Well, you can get extra food, which is very important, but I don't think there's anything else I can do with this system at this point in time. Nah, I don't think there is. Alright, that's good to know. And let us continue with the next turn. Right, 20 plus 17, so I guess this videocast is 37 minutes long. We're nearing the 40 minutes mark, which is good to know. Means that I should start thinking about wrapping this up, but not wrap this video up just yet. Although, because of the thunderstorms that are near my place constantly, I probably should think about making this video a little bit shorter and easier to upload, because yeah, I've been having those power outage problem. And there's another problem. Apparently I missed a fleet, a pirate fleet that was going from Zane to Lahat, which means that there are still pirates here that are going to attack Lahat, kill the scout over here, then kill the scout at Hido, and be generally very annoying. That's sad. I will try to run away with the scout, but doesn't even matter what happens at this point in time, because I will no longer have somebody flying over Lahat, and there's still a pirate that I need to take care of. Now then, somebody attacked my thermal ships. I will love to see them in action, but this can wait for a second. Optimize logistics, very important thing. I'm glad I have them, especially because I have a lot of empty moons, and this will at least make them a little bit more valuable. In fact, a lot more valuable. Also, I do need extra approval, and I need extra bonuses that I can get from said approval. Now, what else is there? Grubas, stuff like that. Nothing all that important. You just continue, be on your way to ESA, see what you can. Oh, actually, I forgot. Rename the system. How stupid of me. How silly. Contradiction. Oh, just contradict. Why not? Why? Because there's heat, there's cold, and what on earth is going on in the system? It's not supposed to be like that. Actually, it probably is, but I don't care. Contradict is a nice name for a system. I would like to live on a system named Contradict, wouldn't you? Probably not. Whatever. Anyway, let's get Hyperscale farms going, because I do want some more food, and in next turn, in fact, I will be maxed out on the system, which means I need to expand into Tiny Arctic. Now, again, it's a planet with very poor industry, so I'll barely be able to construct anything, but it will provide me with a nice boost to science, which I guess is nice. Will I be able to get it in a single turn? Yes, I will, because I'm also making quite a bit of industry, so that's good. Now then, the fight against pirates, yeah, let's engage with them. Actually, I probably should not have recorded this, because I'm about to be attacked by both Amoeba Sheridan and I have no idea who else. So there was no real need to actually watch this battle, but we might as well, We're going to start with Barrier. Now, that Barrier would be winning better on those thermal ships, because, hey, they have a lot of HP. but barrier would be good enough. In fact, do I have any defense modules? No, I do not. So yeah, barrier it is. Plus 10% max HP added to armor. Yeah, this is actually very good because it is increasing my health by a lot. And yeah, I just genuinely like barrier. There's little to dislike about it. It doesn't decrease your battle efficiency like repair systems does. It's just an all-around good card to have. And no, it doesn't mean that it has to be nerfed. Some trend that me and a couple of other people are trying to fight with at the original forums is that some people are just like, ooh, nerf that, ooh, nerf that, ooh, it's too good, ooh, this update or whatever, this thing is always good to have. Yes, some things are supposed to. Don't nerf everything for the sake of making it not good. Some things are supposed to be better than others, and find me a 4x strategy game when there are no improvements that are a must-have. Yes, it is a good thing that we're trying to decrease their importance, but let's not go overboard, guys, okay? We need to keep a balance, and we need to have upgrades and improvements and whatnots that are just always good to have because they push the gameplay forward. Anyway, the enemy is actually now using Proteus B2 with missiles, which is not good at all. He will be able to unload a huge amount of damage. And granted, I might actually survive because I have a lot of AHP, but I also might not be able to survive, and at the same time there is no way I will be able to take out the enemy ships. No way. What I can do is go for weapon deception to hope that the enemy's missiles will be less efficient, and I'll also be able to counter offense this way. Maybe I should counter sabotage, but I think weapon deception will be good because yeah, the enemy is using a lot of missiles and I have no missile defense, so we both kind of went for sabotage. It's okay that I have less accuracy, I don't care about that, I just care that the enemy's missiles will not tear me to pieces, which is a very important thing. Now, does the enemy have... Alright, the enemy does not have anything in shields and usually very little amounts in deflections, with the exception of Proteus B2, which has defense modules of all kinds of descriptions, and wow! That had a lot, but... No, I forgot to... No! That's what I get for talking! I hate myself! Anyway, those thermals have proven to be exceptionally good tanks. I mean, look at the amount of missiles I was able to just take to the face and not care about it. Of course, I did lose a single ship, but judging by the amount of missiles the enemy fired, I thought things would go way worse. And look at that, another ship lost, but it's still not that bad. And oh great, the enemy countered me as well. That's not good because I'll lose another thermal, I might lose the last one as well. As long as I don't lose all of them, it's good because the enemy will not be able to capture my system this way, but if I lose both of them, I bet they'll start capturing my system, and this will be annoying because I'm not sure if thermals will be good enough to stop them from doing so. But fortunately, yeah, it looks like one of them will survive. If it also survives the Sheridan assault, then it's all good. If it doesn't, then it's all bad, because it will mean that I'll have to abandon my role-playing again for a video, which I would really hate to happen, but sometimes, you know... Sheridan, could you please calm the F down? It's a scout! A scout! Do you know what I can do with your scout? I mean, just go away. Ha! Maybe he attacked me because I'm blocking the system and he cannot go away. It's a possibility. Yeah, he just wanted to go away. And that's not a scout! That's a dreadnought. It's a little bit bigger than my ship. It is indeed. Oh well, let's engage in the manual and then I guess I'll finish the video because, yeah, it's not going particularly well. I have a feeling that things have improved, there's little doubt about that. I mean, the worst is behind me, especially when I am able to recover my Ruins and Guardpost system, but it's still not all that great. Now, I still have some problems that I need to take care of, and the enemy is still doing their best to actually attack me, and come on with the strategy! I hate it because it's pretty much impossible to counter tactics. I mean, yes, I can go for weapons overclock. No, how about... I might as well. I mean, it will make sure that the enemy doesn't do extra damage, and it's not like I have any defense modules that would be affected by weapon overclock, right? So I might as well go for it, just to decrease the enemy's effectiveness with... Oh, come on! So annoying. Oh well, I lost They're going to start capturing Matrix now, and I'll be furious. I will just be mad. Goodbye, Thermal. You did well. If I had more of you, then this would not be a problem. But I only had 4 of you, and there were just too many enemy ships for me. Now, if I were able to hold my ground, then this would be perfect, because the enemy would never be able to capture Matrix. But now, that is not the case. And in fact, they have not started capturing Matrix yet. It's possible that Sheridan do not have enough invasion power, and that Amoebas do not want to, you know, actually be at war with me, which would be nice. I want to offer them peace. I will kill them later for what they costed me. I mean, they costed me a lot of agony and pain. But right now, I would rather just be on peaceful terms with them for obvious reasons. Now, this system, right, is blockaded, which is bad. It means that I do have access to titanium, but I do not have access to hexaferrum. So what I'm going to do before I end this cast is retrofit the thermal ship so that I no longer use hexaferrum. Wait, what else is using hexaferrum? Oh, don't tell me that my armor thingy. No, it's not. What is using hexaferrum? Nothing. Alright, that's very, very strange indeed. Nothing is using hexaferrum on this ship, and it yet still says it is supposed to use hexaferrum. Right, I guess it's a bug. Right, let's assume it is a bug. Let's lower the tonnage. Well, extra HP will help me. Reasoning behind this is very simple. If I can get enough HP, those ships will not be destroyed, and if they are not destroyed, the enemy is not able to capture and conquer my system. As simple as that. It's very good and very beneficial to have. But I do need to lower the amount of ammo I have, and now those ships are suddenly way more squishy. I almost feel like deleting all of the weapons on them, but this would not be all that great. I do want to deal some damage, at least a tiny little bit of damage, right? Anyway, let's accept that. And do they use hexaferrum? They should not. They are not. Yes, they are not. It was just a bug. Alright, that's good. It means I can make a couple of those, in fact quite a lot. I don't know how many because of this annoying bug yet again, which doesn't tell you really how much industry you will need to make those ships, but I can speed the construction of one of those, which I will do, and then make as many of them as I literally can to try and keep the system afloat. Actually, I could do the maths, but it's kind of boring. Alright, 250. I guess I'll have over 1,000. I will have enough for 5 ships plus the one I bought, so that's 6 ships. That's 4. 4, alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I should be able to make all of them in a single turn. Alright, that's good enough. I will end the turn here, and yeah, and say my outro. It was PANCZASU, the mighty Mix Spammer. If you somehow managed to enjoy this absolutely dreadful cast, then please, by all means, like it, maybe even subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more. Also, please do leave a comment, they help me out greatly and I love reading them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.